Time for more formats you need to try in Magic the Gathering, and today we're going to talk about one of the newest formats that I am so hype about and I really want you all to know about, Pendragon. See, Pendragon's a lot like Commander. 100-card deck, singleton format. You do have a command zone, but there's a couple key differences. For starters, you start with 30 life instead of 40 life, but really, the big one is you have two things in the command zone. A common creature, which is your Arthur, and a legendary equipment, which is your Excalibur. Also, it's kind of like a hybrid of Pauper and Commander, or Pauper Commander, which is an actual format. The other 98 cards in the deck do all have to be common. And as I said, 30 life instead of 40. In fact, follows the same rules as usual, 10. Commander damage is 21, so how does that work? Well, you have your Arthur and you have your Excalibur. Your color identity is determined by both of these together, so they do not have to be the same color, which is good because a lot of equipment that even as legendary is colorless, but your color identity is the combination of what comes up from the legendary equipment and from your Arthur, and that determines the rest of your deck. Commander damage is done by either your Arthur or your Excalibur. For instance, let's just say you choose a card like the Reality Chip as your Excalibur, which is both a legendary equipment and a creature. If you can pump it up to have more than 0 attack and deal damage, it counts for commander damage. This is, again, a format that's super fun to theory craft for because you're limited mostly to commons except for the equipment, which makes you start thinking about different things. Take something like Subterranean Shambler as your Arthur, which comes in, and whenever it comes into play or leaves play, it deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. Well, you can have it come into play, deals the damage, whatever. And if your Excalibur is Sword of Caldra and you equip the Sword of Caldra to it, the next turn when it leaves play, if you don't pay the echo cost, it deals damage to every creature without flying. And whenever a creature equipped with Sword of Caldra deals damage to a creature, that creature gets exiled. It basically becomes an activatable board wipe. Be very clear, this was not my idea for tech. They posted that on Blue Sky. Definitely go give them a follow. PendragonMTG.com on Blue Sky. You can also go to their Discord. They got a big community. They're super fun. I'm telling y'all, folks, I'm building a Pendragon deck. I'm bringing it with me to MagicCon Vegas. I want to throw down Pendragon with some people. So please, please build, because this seems like so much fun. I do want to get into it. I love this format so much. I think it's so cool. But you shout down below. First of all, have you heard of Pendragon? I'm assuming you haven't, but I really want more people to know about it, so please spread the word. And second of all, let's just say you decide to play. Who's going to be your Arthur and what's going to be your Excalibur? Remember, the Excalibur does have to be a legendary equipment. Arthur's got to be common. But please, shout out down below. Tell me, what kind of combos do you think you can imagine? Could be Spear of Leonidas, could be Andro, could be whatever. You tell me. I want to hear it. But otherwise, I'll catch you tomorrow, y'all.